Danielle, do you want it? You can, I feel for you to go to open the space.
I am already seeing so much. So that gold that we were noting in here before, like really coming down into the earth, but now there's a ton of indigo that seems to be coming in.
Oh, and that feels, that goes a lot to Lana's field, the indigo.
I feel this indigo going into this white, like a lighter tone, like light blue and white, like a pearl.
Okay.
And going up a little bit like a fountain.
Okay. And is this building into the center of the circle of our reference? Yeah. Okay.
That's where I'm seeing it too.
Okay. That's where I'm working from too. So all the stations building forward. So as we focus in through the heart, and through the embodiment of the divine feminine, so I am picking up the embodiment of the divine feminine. Are either of you picking up the masculine perspective as well at the heart gate?
I'm almost feeling like it's a little bit set out, like it's not fully able, like come in here fully yet.
Okay. I also see a lot of aqua energies building at the platform of the heart, and as if there's a horizontal plane to open through the heart to descend the feminine energies. I'm asking if this pearl essence that Lana is presenting, if this can come forward into the heart. I'm just building reference. So Lana, when you see this pearl essence, does this come forward as a sphere into the divine feminine heart?
I see it kind of like as a drop when a drop goes into the water and it starts to be circles.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I see it like that, like infusing all through the systems.
Okay. So as if the pearl drop can come forward through the core of the body and then initialize into the field, starting to generate a wave effect. Okay, beautiful. And Danielle, can this gold come forward into the platform position? There's a flower of life to activate.
Yes. 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 Okay. Perfect.
Just feeling that really open through the spine. And I start to feel the guidance for source union. And Lana, do you feel any sort of that we should initialize some clearing through the heart as this ripple comes forward?
Yes, I was actually feeling like a lot of like emotions and like right when we we saw that like drop in to the field, it was like whoosh, like just coming from the heart, like a big heart emotional release.
Okay.
But it's actually calibrating very well to the gold coming from the sacral I see and through the lower part of the body, like entering through the spine upwards.
Okay. Okay. Arya Katya Shika. So you're working through the ascending energies, and I'm seeing the gold coming down through the spine. Charatika. I'm starting to feel magenta energy as well. Tarakaya Takwa. And so we'll just start opening spins, golden spins around the space. Tarakia Takwa. Doratokoria Sikaria. Deria Mahaya. Deriaka, to start to lift up and out, Tarakia, any latent sadness, Deyakoto, Ara Totoro Koyankishi, Ara Makia Tokoria Seaka, Dari Usawa, Darasatia Karase, Jora Sakoya, Jeriama, Jariama. I start to see the rose presenting through the heart now as the grief and sadness starts to dissipate out. Jahiaka. Jahiaka.
I'm
Niso.
also seeing the masculine is able to come in closer as all of that grief and that sadness releases off. And like the masculine, I feel him actually having space to come in.
Oh, beautiful.
Me too. And I actually see the three energies, like the Trinity energies,
Okay.
the feminine, the masculine, and the child.
Okay. And are you seeing them in silhouette form, Lena? As like a
I,
human silhouette or just in a tone?
I see them as like columns of light, pillars
Okay.
of light, of golden light.
Okay. Okay. Arya Kiyatakwa. Haria Kotoshakwa. And as if to bring forward the pillars of light into a formulation of infrastructure to match into the human form. Baya Kotashawa. Nashaya, Nashaya, Niyakaiwa. Dorataya
Yeah,
no Korea. Mahia Kodayawa. So you can connect that reference of the light entering forward into the form. Bahiotokoya. Bahiotokoya. There's code activation now as the light joins the form. Bayataro Sho. Deria Siyatakaria Sekayatawa Niyayama. Yama Ekotawa. Angelic presence coming in to help Arakiatawa. Darakotariya Shekha, this join, the remembrance of the divine family, Chariawa. Yetotorayan Ayakotashe, Karayakaya Mahayawa, Jariya Koyana. And what about, Lana, these feelings of getting from you to talk about this solemnness sometimes that is still in the field? It's sort of like, okay, we see this family of light, and then the human is saying, but I'm not in that family of light because they feel separated from the light. Do you feel that effect?
I feel like there needs to be more grounding. Like as soon as we started like bringing these energies into the
Okay.
body,
Yeah.
I felt tone through the mother, through the divine
Oh,
mother
okay.
essence, and through it's like through the woods. I see it through like nature,
Okay. Perfect.
just to bring more safety to the body, to come into the body.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Karya.
to be able to connect more through these planes.
Okay. Thank you.
And I see this like the grandmother
Okay.
energy.
Okay. Karya Kriya Shikaya. Daria Soto Korea Sekaria Sekaya. Jariya Sokaya, Jariya Kaya. So connecting to the guardian energies, guiding the fields into the density, Charatiya Kawa, into sanctuary, Charahayo, Charahio, Charahayan, Charatiyan, Jorato Koreanga, Tarayana, Jar Kriya Shikariya Sekan, Tree of Life, Charoto Kayawa, Chai Koya, Chekoya. Starting to feel the emotional calibration coming forward, the heart resonance. Brahayana, che torahayana, e borataniyashe.
Jen, I'm just letting you know, so I'm clearing a lot
Yeah.
out through the horizontal with the masculine. There's this sense of the masculine not necessarily feeling like part of the family.
Oh,
And so
wow.
there's a huge emotional release that is coming out with this.
Oh, okay. Kiriakiwa. Kiriakwa. So what can we do to support the masculine in returning into presence within the family?
There is this sense of forgiveness and like the
Oh
welcoming with
my.
opening arms.
Oh my
Yeah, just
gosh.
welcoming them in. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow. Kiriakwa. Dariakwa. I was seeing today in the fields in that many divine feminines have pushed the masculine away because of the karmic transfers, and we can start to seal those progressions, seal their pain with. There's a copper field coming in actually to seal off all these boundary allocations. So wherever the field is still pensive and pivoted out to the karmic playouts, that this portion be sealed now through the field. Charati Karya Sekarya Makwa, Deriakwa, and allow the Adota Yesheka, sort of the grief, the madness, the anger to release out of the divine feminine. Chariya Kayoto Koya. Ita Yakawa. Ita Yokoya. The avians are here. Yawate She. I can feel this. Lana, this is probably where you start to feel the grandmothers too. Arya Kiawa. To help the divine feminine release. Rekatashani Yakawa. Ariki, Otaye, Ate, Awaye, Tawaya, Neheo, Nehewa, Ewa. Jara. Lana, do you see this? Your connection with their indigo avian fields, like more of the shamanic fields. Oh, she dropped. Okay.
Did she?
So I'll just watch for her to come back. I'm just working in the shamanic indigo to help the divine feminine release out her pain and suffering in regard to union. Karate Karya Sekarya, that she comes into a new perspective by Kaito Ashe. Doro Totoria, Doro Totorian, Area Koyeshe, Jaratia Kara, Neoshawa, Ari Kayotokon, connecting to the Agartha, Jarata Kara, Ye, Jarakiotaka, Jaratiaka,
I am seeing in with, I connect in a lot with like these white avians. I'm seeing a lot of this
Oh,
infrastructure getting built up through the bottom, through the feminine. It kind of
okay.
feels almost like a safety net where she was
Right.
afraid to let go of that anger, etc.
Right.
For fear, like she was holding on too tight. And so as that's getting built up through the bottom, it's like I'm seeing a lot of this just releasing. Even I'm seeing like karmic miasma releasing off of the or the masculine now as well. Like she's letting it
Okay.
go.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's so profound. It's like, it's almost like she didn't know how to release from her pain. There was so much. Dahi kare sekare seka jariaka. And it's here, she can go to the Agartha, go to the aqua as well to release, like go to the water, allow the tones to release out of the cells, Darashaka, and this turning to the resonance of the source field to say this is the source union is going to be her guiding light through this, not her lower mind, not her pain is not going to guide her field.
Right.
Durakara Satariya Shekarya. And this is the atonement coming in. Jorotokoyo, Shea Mati Area Saka, Jeria Kawa, right into the center of the mind, Jarikayo Tokwa. Hoshoto Toro Sototora. Oria Sawata Wakai. Daria Takara Yaso. Garatayo, and that she can feel again, she can be in her body again, she can feel life again. Dahia Katashawa. So just calling her back into her body. Daria Keotawa. Dara toto ya kaya tawa. Dara kaya to feel safe in the body. Chara koi nurture through the body. Chara kaya ni kaya takwe. Karamahiwa. There is an interesting, even through the spine, as a connection into the new grids, more of into a crystal field perception, connecting into the earth, into the land. Priyakatashana akara, karama igwa, charatokoria, good, darototoya kawe, shara kiyatakwa, chora tototoya wa. Garatayikwa, and opening the capacity again as a source field reference into the heart. So she can open her heart again. Dariakaro, 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 Iria Maayawa, Erewa, Hiku, Daria, Korea Sekwa, Jari Krishi, Dari Krishi, and just feeling the sadness, the tears lifting up and out. Dorakata Shakwa, Dorotoko Shao, Darakayan. Hi Lana, Daratiaka.
Hi.
Hi, no problem. Darahiakoya. Jaretiao. We're just working more in the shamanic reference as we anchor and allow the divine feminine to release. And are you processing a lot of this energy through your field? I feel a lot of this, like what was held through the feminine collective, is coming up through your field.
Yes.
Oh, Daratia
Yeah.
Shao.
I've been
Okay.
feeling it definitely.
Orota Shawa. Tere kaya takoyan, ayakota shawakaye, and coming into the new heart space of source union to receive and be in love again. Charataria kwe, arya makwe, aru asawa hiyana, jara koyo. They're also aligning through the core that we actually see what transpired through all the karmic. So the karmic revelations are presenting to come in clearly into focus so that one can rationalize through the human scope. So there are updates as we open our scope and we can see from a higher perspective the plan and our part within the plan. And then the copper is also sealing out the nuances of pain that would transfer back into our fields. Tarakaya tokoya. Goro oya, gora ayawa. How does the masculine look, Danielle?
Oh, there's so much release that's happening. And this is from what I'm seeing, it's like from top to bottom. So this is like through the Earth ranges, really with the collective, but this is into the Galactic and the Angelic as
Okay.
well. So it's
Kayoto.
full spectrum.
Okay, Kayoto. Kayoto. Wow, I can see him. Aro katashawaka. Aro kadawasha. It's as if the angelic Saffron divine masculine is starting to present.
Mm-hmm.
Narahaya nukoriash. Jeria, Jeria, Hiomahi. Narahaya nukoroto dea shikaraya. Neniacha. Okay, Hario, Hario, Atea Shakaria Sekwa. And Lana, how does this feel for you now?
I was just going to ask because I started to feel. I don't know if you were working before with like the body, but I started to feel something like calibration coming into the thyroid, especially
Oh,
for like the feminine field.
oh, okay. Arotayo kwa. I've been seeing the energy focusing a lot in through the solar plex and anchoring to hold embodiment. So if you're looking at the thyroid, is there something in particular that we should address? Daya koto shakwa.
I feel it's like this higher connection to like expanding um, the awareness, like of the feminine, but like expanding the perspective because I feel this white light coming in through the crown
Yes.
and pineal,
Okay.
pituitary, and it lands in the throat. Like
Okay. Arya Kayota Kwa. Almost like there's a light sculpting that can come in to fortify these gates together, like the crystal halls. Char Otorayana Hiria, so that we can modulate the light, so we can receive, we can metabolize the light. Chahia Kawa, Nesorian Ashio Tokoya, Jaya Karya, Ajaya Karya, Arya Makwa. And from this activation, Daria Ka, and I saw Danielle bringing in portions of this as well through the core. And then this will go out into the realm index, so that expands one's awareness and presence as source to human field. Dekota Shakarya, through the crystal gates, Reakaya Tawa, Shatakari, and lots of angelic, actually the white winged angels, Karyo Soko, Niawahi, Niawahi.
And I see this expansion, like this atonement going into the ears as well, like
Okay,
the sensory systems, like we see what we hear.
okay, okay. Darahia Koya. So to update all the sensory streams, Jahayoto Koya, Ariana Koya Jaya Karya, so that people can call in the tones of their organic original sequences of their blueprint, Darakoya of the I am, Jaratiaka. And it is, as you say, as they hear, as they see. So you may see lavender tones coming in through the ears, and you may hear the adjustments. Barahia, Barahia no otakea shaku, Barahia na jeria kuya, jeria kuya. They're starting to run, big transfers are coming in into the original sequences of being, Dorakia, through the gold and the black of original tone, Jahaya Kotaria, Jara Kotashea Kayada, Darahiana, Darahiana, Jeria Koya, and Area Ko. Start to feel the womb root space is starting to activate now. Gayito. Hey, Taya no Shotaka. Hmm?
And I feel this connection with the Sirian, like with Sirius and the
Okay.
like I'm starting to see the pyramids,
Okay.
but this comes from up above.
Okay. So it's a descending activation from Sirius coming into Garayasika. Can you feel this into the root?
I feel this actually into the solar plexus.
Okay.
So that's what I'm seeing in here as well, is that
Okay.
there is this merge, because I'm seeing all that angelic, the masculine angelic, but there seems
Yeah.
like that was coming from the top, and then I am seeing those serious energies coming in through the
Adiyaka.
womb, and then they're all like,
Adiyaka.
they're both meeting and coming down into the root and like merging together.
Okay. Keria Sakwa. When we see also the Syrian tones as the cities of light coming in through the solar gates, Dariyakaria Sokawa. Charya, and I feel that's the above proportion, and the below can start to activate through the diamond field interfaces, so we can build a reference through the earth to connect again to Syrian tones. Karya Sikaria, Jerio Tokoya, He, Heriama, Heriama. Lots of galactic mapping coming in. Daria Yokuaya. He Daria, he Hotatete, Rahiana, he Kotaria se. Shura, Yana Daria Materi. Sharaki, Sharaki, Sharakia Toko.
As all of that galactic mapping comes in, I'm seeing huge releases right out of the actual earth, within like the earth body, out of the masculine, I would say. Well, normally we see the earth as feminine, but this is big masculine releases through the earth.
Okay, Jaya Kata She. And Dora Santika, almost like a wrapper around the earth.
Yes.
Can we also say as an unveiling, a pulling away?
Yes.
Gorosarian, area unveiling, Goratotayaka. Yo huhutam orashai terikiata tere aye. Doro
And I'm
dare.
feeling again a little bit of this emotional through the heart with
Okay.
the Sirian tool. And I see it, Jen, I don't know if you can see this, but I see it a little bit as something that is clearing out of the feminine, but it kind of looks like a wormhole effect at the heart, as if
Okay.
there's this starting to come out, like
Okay. So
yeah.
is this part of the, could this be when we're seeing the wormholes? Is I see angelic walking, coming in through the meeting at the heart in aqua. And so is it part of bringing in the phase shift of the embodiment of the blueprint into the physical realm? So when we're moving that above to the below, Aryo Satakaria. So do you see the wormhole as like a sphere?
I see it as as a tunnel, actually.
Okay. And would it be around the heart, high heart in the body if we were to see this on the physical body?
Yes, high
Okay.
heart.
Okay, Keria Kyoto Kawa. And so we're just going to create the intention to build the alchemy. They said even to bring, it's like to transport, it's like to conduct. Keria Sakaria. Aryo Sakwa. So this is Dora Sakaria. Wow, we can feel a lot releasing off the back of the heart when this comes into to seal and to rejoin Dario Koyo. So just bringing gold
Yes.
around the perimeter of this interface. De sotakara. Wow. Jara mika. Jara mia. So taku. Taku. Neshia kua. I feel we could all connect to your source, Grail, your original code of being, and start to bring this into the perception at that gate to reinitialize your divine light presence of origin through this Darahiana. So it'd be a golden code, Dara Kota Yeshiawa, to hold the space, Rehayanaka, and to declare your sovereignty, Dayakota Shawa. Giriana hi grota yana shata torahaya ni etere aya kota aya o toro. So one would be starting to feel more embodiment, start to feel phase shift into an original expression of being, so deepening into peace. Dorahiyaka, Dorahiyaka. The back feels a lot better now. How does it feel for you, Mana?
Yes, much better. And
Okay.
actually start to see this like grid of interconnection at the heart level. It looks
Okay.
like a golden geometry.
Okay. Do you think or feel this is part of the realm index that we're to birth forward through these activations?
Yes.
Okay. Ariaka, Neosaria, Mokotaria Seka. As then we can reference back into the center of the circle, Chariaka, the I am, Jayakiate, Shala Nakarian. And that I've seen this field, actually, we hold this as our embodiment and it comes in around our field, Dariakaria Sakuria. So moving the perspective out from the heart and wrapping even around the physical body as a presence marker, but really the spectrum would run from human to source field.
It feels like stabilizing to the body, to the
Right.
field.
Yes, yeah, yes. I see it's being used in our actual transfer of the fields, releasing of the old and holding a stability as we integrate to our origin essence and light field architecture, our divine blueprints, and a lot of
Yeah.
frequency connection to the crystals, the jewel tones of the I am through the dimensional spectrums of our being. Chahianate.
Yes.
A lot of
I feel
energy.
this.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Yes. No, I just wanted to say I feel this helping a lot with the dizziness and the nausea and all of that.
Okay, good. Yeah. Baya kota shawa. Can you feel this in the jaw? There's a lot of energy anchoring into the
I'm
physical.
feeling this in the jaw.
Yeah. Ora Satara, Ora Satara, Derion Okura. Can you feel this in your jaw, Lana?
Yes.
Okay,
And
area
the
and the teeth. Okay, Arya ki, Arya ki, Niso, Niso ni Ashaya. There's another Sirian blueprint downloading into the collective fields. Garakiata, Eya, Taro, Onotoro, Oya. Haru koto shoto koro shorian Arya kayan derekiatatia. Joro tototoya nika deriakiata. Is there something, Danielle, with the magenta that's starting to?
Yes, I started really feeling the magenta. I started feeling the Magdalene in through here, and I'm seeing it down through like the earth and the collective
Okay,
ranges.
Arya kayata. Hatate, otate.
and I'm actually seeing like the Yeshua template now. Like I started to see this
Okay,
like Mystic of Pisces and lots of like symbology, like a fish symbology somehow, and like in a blue, very beautiful blue tone.
okay. In like an aqua blue or more into a deeper blue? Jorakiana, Jorakiana.
It's kind of like a turquoise
Okay,
blue.
okay. Teriani, Koreana hi, Koreana hi. Dara toto toya, tea tatiani sio tokoya. Chara. And can you work with the Yeshua template to activate presence into the circle? Jaya kata sheko.
Yes, I feel this actually anchoring in through the water,
Oh,
through
okay.
the water
Yeah.
bodies of Earth.
Okay. Ete shiatawa nishoto nishoto rian akaya sharayan noro sotoro noro
I
sotoro.
feel the divine masculine.
Okay. Keria siakuya nasiowa nasoyanawa.
I am getting this where I was seeing the Magdalene and like in through the earth, and so now I'm picking up also on the masculine, kind of like where the land meets the water, like they're coming together.
Okay. Charayana, and we can bring the alchemy. Often they'll show the coastlines with the Grail alchemy tracing. Charaya. Dorahayana, Kim Arya Soate, Charahye, Shari, Shorahayani, Keria Maka, Karaniaka. So just starting to bring in the more of the contact of the entire field range into earth, of the entire circle through the crystal light, um, so through the diamond, and bringing this in proximity into the earth. Brokota Sharayanaka, Ora Sotokoriashe, Ora Sotokoriashe, Jeria Hiana, Sholana Yamakora Soate. Jeria Sokorian, Eria Kwa, and there's many stations of beings opening through the earth to receive this energy as well. Cheato, Cheato, Nihaya no Korase, Jara Hyana, Garamati Eshewa, Nere Ama, Jario
I
Sotore.
feel this profound like stillness as they meet, as the energies meet. It's like coming to a point of peace, of neutrality, of union. Really, like just
Beautiful.
stillness.
Perfect. Kitotash, Kitotash, Kitotash Niaraya Seawa. Jara. And can we move this impression, either move the diamond light scope out to wrap around the union fields activating, and also infuse the union fields into the inner realms of the diamond? Gario Soaya Shia Doro
Yes.
Sote. Okay,
Um,
Ariato.
I'm actually seeing this also on the surface of the earth. Like Danielle was saying, the shore, the land,
Okay.
and the water, and just it's all wrapping through many dimensions.
Okay, beautiful. I feel this is the source union, is they're creating a braiding effect in the field, and they're downloading the source union. And these iterations are how they're formulating the descension and ascending calibrations. De Osutaria Shekaria. You can see into the diamond-like crystal fields where we can fill with the tones of orange and magenta to start to create Dorashoko, the inner reference that can be anchored into our bodies through the central core.
That's where I'm feeling this right in through heart center. I felt a lot of like release right in through the right off to the right on the masculine side of the heart, and then all of that orange and magenta is coming in through.
Okay, ayukete, ayukete ashe, gaite kaya tokoria, aroayana te, and we can start prepping the rose fields into the womb space to start to receive this energy. Cheri okua, cheri okua. Honor. Ora sayana hi tarakayana karayan ayukoya. Ewa kiyono soahi. They say we can orientate now and shift, and they will go into the new grid positions and through the intervention, through the rose, as all is anchoring through the womb space and into the earth. Lela enili orian ayawa. Lalia no saria iawa. Daria ariana koya. Tora tototoya kaya datiaria kayama. There's also clearing as this activates. If there's remnant energies in the womb space, it's also being compare, contrast, and this can lift out as well. Keri otarayan, ebreyan, arayokoi, shan,
And
ariyanako.
as we do this, I'm
Yes.
also I was guided to work with the masculine fields right when you started grounding this into the womb.
Okay.
To release a lot of the shoulder blades and the lungs. Like I felt a lot of release for the masculine fields there, like sadness and like being in kind of like in the shadow, invisible, something like that.
Right.
Just coming.
Sort of like they've been outcast. Yeah.
Yes.
Arya Karya Makoya Aroayana. We can bring the source code of the being right into the lungs, into the bioenergetics. So the same golden code that came forward through the heart to initialize and then expand or re-imprint through the lungs.
Yeah.
Arioso, Orioso, Ariamaka. There is release of the lower density angelic spectrum of the masculine. Probably we could say is fallen angelic. Aro Sayana.
And phantom fields I felt as well.
Right. Yero Ashara, Yero Ashara, Yero Ma'ayawa. Even where they've lost connection with their lineage of being human, like they've fallen into different ranges of beings and Dariaka. So just to bring in the blueprint, showing Dariaka that they can reassert to this monad of source divine masculine reference. They seem to be running a horizontal walk-in field effect through the progressions here. Like shifting timelines, through the parallels, and then running horizontal upgrade.
Yes.
Otarayana, Shotarania, Hayokutaria, Jeria Totota, Yakota Dayani, Sherian, Arya Makwa, Jaria Kotariaka. It's like the pillars, the recognizing the pillar of the I am, Doratori Nikiria, Sherian, Arya Koya.
And I'm weaving in through the DNA. I see like the DNA strands, like they're weaving in these new codes.
Okay.
Yeah, coming from the spine.
Okay.
It's like detangling this.
It's pardon. It's like the what was that last part that you said when they're weaving forward from the spine?
I just feel this, yeah, like reweaving,
Okay. Okay.
and also like bringing in more of, because I saw the masculine saying like I don't know who I am, like
Right.
like how, like who am I here, like kind of bit like lost
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
in the self identification with the
Okay.
light.
Okay. Ekotashana'i. Charatarianakarya. Even to start to translate the blueprints for them as if they can read the script, so the languages become modulated into their earth languages, Arya Sakarya, like they can read the plans, Breya Katya Shakarya, as the scripts are coming right down in front of their faces. Terio sotaria shekarama ikaryan, jario kotoshe, karia siamaka, and we can call, even I feel they can start to work again with Yeshua as well. Like he's here holding the space, and once they read back into the Grail, they can step back up into this portion of light field of life presence of embodiment. Charya kia takara, nerio soroyana, cheria. Choratia tia
Yes.
korayana.
And I see this, as you say that, I see this like horizon, and I see again like the seas, and like
Okay.
a little bit the same scene of the Exodus, what we were saying about walking and kind of like moving through,
Okay.
kind of having like a clear vision of where they're going.
Right. Okay. I was seeing them stepping up, walking up steps as well. So they're rising in levels of orientation.
Yes, I saw them like walking on water.
Oh, okay. Garia Satyaria Soma Arya, Surya Maria, Sharia Maria. So we can even move forward the reference of steps and the water and integration through the water body of the I am through their physical form. Dorataya Karya Sekarya Sokwa, so they can reference the blueprint, the body can reference tonal scope, Jariyaka realization, Dariya Tawa, Jora Dorian, Area Makarya, Area Motoria Siawa, Dera Kaya Tarakia, Deria. This is Brohiana. Good. Want to see with Yeshua working with the white and the aqua at this dispensation, and also that intonation of the masculine to the aqua is very significant for the progression. Jeria Sia Karya, reinitialization, Dahia Kotashe. Wow, Karamahiyaka. There's a big release off the divine feminine.
That's what I've been working on over here. Whenever
Okay.
when she was working like with the masculine shoulders, I got called to pull a lot out of that
Wow.
feminine hip down through that leg, and then there was what seems to be galactic interference within the feminine, so release like
Okay.
all of that, and then now there's huge activations coming in.
Okay. Yatakaya Sawa. Dara Santa Datarayan Akaria Sotaria Shiatawaka. Jeria Kana Yasotokwa. It's sort of like where the masculine had fallen into those lower ranges, how it affected the feminine as well, and her principles and what she stood for. It was are directly affecting this. So where the feminine will come in to hold integrity and hold the alignment of the course, and it was sort of really pushed down, like her trying to push down her principles and her principalities of how she derives and how she expresses divine union, and she knows what is integral. Arya sekara sama otaria sateka satika je hokoto soate. Jarata korea
And,
sekara.
and now I see this like pyramid, just like adjusting. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, like the pyramid, like it's like the feminine is at the bottom with this magenta color, and then it continues and it becomes like into the blue ranges, and it becomes like the divine masculine. So I'm seeing like kind of like both energies like edifying each other and building this continuum.
Okay.
Uh, whereas before I felt like they were split and the feminine was kind of like sinking and the masculine was like floating on, kind of.
Okay. So it's creating, and this pyramid, do you see the tone of the pyramid?
I see it in like magenta going into white, purple, and then blue. It's like
Oh, okay.
um, yeah, like meeting it, like like this union coming forward, but through the middle. It's very. I had
Okay.
never seen this before.
Okay. Are the
Kind of
energies
like an
spiraling?
arrow.
Oh, okay, an arrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Eria Sayakawa, Neria Makiache. So those would be as indigo nations development into the tribal intercepts in that range. And if you saw on the horizontal plane, are the energies starting to spiral together as well? Like that whirlpool, if they can
Um,
come in the
and
above and below.
I see it more on the vertical, like it's like this, like edifying. It's like going just up, 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 like moving.
Oh, okay. Kiata.
Yeah, like an ascending energy.
Okay.
Kind of like the energy vortex of a temple or a pyramid that just like
Okay.
beams its light
All
to
right.
the stars. Actually, yes, to the
Okay.
connection with the stars.
Yatakaya, yatakaya. How does that feel when that adjusts into the womb space? Dara satariya kuya.
I'm kind of feeling the same way where we're seeing initially like the feminine keep like open arms to the masculine. I'm seeing the same thing now where it's like the masculine is like bringing like open arms, bringing her home. It's a real merge that's happening, and I'm feeling so much through the body.
Wow. Huratia, Horiatawa, Korea Watayani Karayan. I would say in the sacral, there's some sort of galactic field release of sacred geometries. So if we're not feeling this connection, the merge right through the core, anchored to the womb, there is a sort of a release to come forward through the bioenergetics. Kete asatika, asatika nos odortotorayakia. Cha nihakata so, daria kotatashini teria. Jeri atarayana, jarianataria. And this feels as a reignition of the royal immortal signatures through the divine
Yes.
coupling coming in. Dahia kotarana, horianin, horian e hush. Dere atieshe, darana hia kotarian. Yeah, barana hi kotarayeshe, aria. E kotashana ikwa. Okay, ariaka, dariaka. So how are we all doing if we say, like, do you feel that the fields are ready to start sealing for adjustment? Or do you still feel there's more progressions?
I'm just
I
seeing
was
more of that
actually,
release. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
yeah, I was actually already starting to kind of build in like the roots and start to anchor
Okay.
um, into
Okay.
the earth again through the feminine.
Okay. Ayakotashawa. And what do you feel, Danielle?
I think I was just seeing like some residual release that was happening through that galactic
Yeah.
region, but it's all,
Yeah.
I think it's going to just take some time. So I think it would be good to start sealing.
Yeah. 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 Ayakaya.
And I also saw that through the sacral of the feminine. It's like kind of like a seed that it's like just like releasing like an old
Okay.
crystal or something just coming out. That's why I went to work on the roots to be able to release this through the
Oh,
roots.
yeah. I can really feel that pulling down through the lower spine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sotarayana. Cheria Kiotarayan. Tarian. Irio Surian. I. Koratiaria. Korotiatarian. They're just in the ancient ones coming in and they're running codes through the bottom of the spine into the earth. Darahayana Kara. Nisorian Orios. Hara. harakatashia, dorakotoya. Okay, arayaka. So dorototoya. Let's just dorokorean. I'm just gonna start to step out from the arototiakia, the focus, and these modulations continue forward through the field. Gerekia tawa. Derio sono otarean aya. Sha. Nikaria sikaria. Deria koya. Derio koyo. They
I
feel
just felt
to.
to.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I felt to bring in the gold into that heart
Oh.
and to start spinning.
Okay. And I will say to bring in some stillness via the blue, the deep indigo blue, as well to balance all calibrations. Wow, karania karia se. Yeah, arakotoshoa, neriankwa, ekotoshoa. So, can we seal Danielle?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, this looks great.
Area cardio. Okay. Area soto korea seka. So seal forward through the I am. Jodoto korea. Arakai.